Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of BA Agile Scrum. And we have been in Agile and Scrum commencement with this. We are done yesterday with the day one, and we have entered into day two. With this note, let me quickly ask you if I am audible to you all. Full course, how many weeks?
Yes.
Jolly, I
Yes.
believe that. Thank you so much for your confirmation. Jolly, I believe that you might have gone through yesterday's live session. There, I told already that it has been for 8 weeks long journey that comes around 2 weeks, sorry, 2 months when it comes to only technical session. So if you have not registered, please take a note of it and also refer to the recording. There it has been mentioned already. So I hope I answered your query. So let's continue. And thank you so much for your confirmation. You're welcome, Jolly. So before we begin, let me quickly share the deal as in the guideline that you and me both are going to follow. That's appearing as a reminder. This is not going to be as detailed as yesterday it was. It will be quick touch base that we need to follow. So what we need to remember that we are here with this training to complete for the placement purpose, and for that very reason you need to remember to show up live. It's okay even if you watch the recording, but recommendation is to show up live in a way that you practice to be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed, because that is the demand of the agile, which is the full of ceremonies means meeting, and that demands you to follow this. And in case you don't have such practice, you can consider this training itself as a project to practice it. That's number one, so that you become habituated of it. And second, if not, then by following this universal law, means it becomes the habit that says that how you do anything is how you do everything. The second, because you chose to learn, and choosing the learning itself makes you a student. We don't want you to be the student, we want you to be what? We want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments, do self research, and repeat what they learn. So kindly do so. And while you do so, it will be quite easy to complete what you start and you hit the success. And it's again easy to take the full responsibility of that. So please consider to take the full responsibility of success if it is when you complete what you start. When you not, it hits failure, kindly take the full responsibility of that as well. Why? Because when you take that charge, you may go back and correct it, and you will find the failure was not a failure, and that remain the trail to the success, and you come up with lot many learning and insight based on that. But to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset. The very first one that inspires from the continuous improvement, that encourages you to adapt a learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positive minded. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing complaint free minded. It means that even in lack of resources and in stringent timeline, you may perform better. And if you can do so, this winning will load you in the feeling of the gratitude that leads you to the more power productivity. And that's the demand of the corporate. So but to adapt such mindset, you must start your day with the highest level of receptivity. And for that very reason, I generally encourage and recommend you to start your day with 30 days challenge. That's the recommendation. What is 30 days challenge? I have already spoken about it in day one. Kindly refer to that. This is a recommendation for everyone. That's not a mandate. And if you want to participate in it, you need to just DM me, because this is a recommendation. It's not necessarily that you will be shared this openly, but only on request it will be shared with you. And second, to learn anything which is technical, you must follow the golden quadrant of learning that comes with the fourth step, the very first one that says declare with the anchor. What is declaration, why declaration, and what is the anchor? I have clearly mentioned in the very day one session in detail. Kindly listen to it in case you have missed that. Listen to the entire recording as if you are learning them in the live session. Then take a deep dive to deep learning. Then draw whatever you have learned after 24 hours. Um, uh, you can draw it like a notes. You can even draw like this mind map and then summarize it back in a way that even 5 years old can understand, and that you are going to summarize in a video form in less than 3 minutes of video maximum, and minimum it has to be 90 seconds, and post back into the WhatsApp group and witness your own self growth, that how in case you are novice, how you have evolved as an expert, and in case you already an expert are there, then how you are growing towards excellence, so you can yourself witness that how you can appear as an expert into that. And let's get started with the first and second step then. So how we are going to do is that this is the very first statement. We are going to declare with the anchor. Anchor is nothing but it is going to be the self hi-fi or the clap. So how you are going to do? I'll be counting 1, 2, 3 and clap. You are going to do after me and then repeat the statement which is selected on the screen. I hope all of you can see the selected statement on the screen. Please unmute and say yes if you can see.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, everyone. Thank you. Let's do it together then. One, two, three, and clap. And repeat.
I
I am a quick
am
learner.
a quick learner.
I'm Prana.
What others can
What
learn,
others can
What
learn,
others can
master.
learn,
what
what
others
others
can
can
learn,
learn,
master.
master.
Just give an echo.
I too can
One
do
second.
that.
I
I
too
too
can
can do
do
that.
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 One more time with the new statement. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an awesome
Because I'm
learner.
an
Because
awesome
I'm an
learner.
awesome learner.
today's learning is
Today's
going to be
today's
Learning
learning
is
is
going to
going
be
to
very
be
super
simple.
duper easy to me.
Super
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 duper
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 easy.
easy
easy
to
to
me.
me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so, and thank you so much for muting yourself back. I just wanted to check with you, Sonia. Have you joined with two devices? Because
No, it's just my
yes,
laptop. It's
okay.
just my
So you're
laptop.
not wearing earphone or
No,
so?
no.
Okay, so that's the reason we are listening to the echo. Okay, so it is just looping up the sound reflection. That's the reason we are listening the echo. Can you find one and check so that it will be quite easy for you as well to
Okay, let me find
respond?
it out and I'll be back.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much, Sonia. So yeah. So so yes, it is going to be because you said so. In case you found it a little awkward to do so, remember to follow the sixth code of honor that asks you to be the giver. Giver, as in, especially for those who have already the vast experiences, it is not so quite easy to follow such a new way of learning and. To new way of learning and experience something new, you must be the giver, means keeping ego away on the path of learning that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. And remember, you are not here just for the learning. The whole idea is to get play so that you can start earning. And in case you are already earning, it is said that what you want to make more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And for that, start giving away the means portion of your income. That could be 5 to 10% into the charity in the causes wherever you believe in. It could be donating back to any old age home, or feeding hungry children, or helping in any causes, or just donate in church, mosque, temple, gurudwara, wherever you believe in. Why? Because it is said that when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. What if you are not earning today? Can you have an intention that I will do it once we get placed? And just don't give away for the sake of the growth, but also to inspire others in your surrounding. While you do so, continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even what does not happen in your in your favor, continue to do so, because what you appreciate appreciates you back. A quick reminder how we are going to remain connected. Sunday you were here for the technical session that started at 10 p.m. Today you are for the next session that will start that started at 10 p.m. Recording has been shared. Remember, one more time, recording will not be shared with you before more than 48 hours minimum. You need to wait for 48 hours. In case you get recording before that, just consider that as a bonus. Otherwise, please don't jump on that. Okay, you need the recording just because the training gets over. It takes time to get rendered, so minimum 48 hours you need to give. Then only ask. In case up to 48 hours it is not shared, then only ask. Otherwise, kindly do not just ask for the recording, because it has been seen that people immediately ask the moment training gets over. So yeah, this is a humble request from my end. And Tuesday, please do attend the RRP session. More detail I have shared, that who can attend, who must attend, and who can take time to start RRP session. That is reference ready resume preparation. In parallel, you must do that. That strengthens your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday, you choose to do the assignment from the learning of the Sunday, be it said or unsaid. What is said assignment? What is unsaid assignment? Listen to it very carefully in the day one's recording. Thursday, again, you need to repeat RRP session. Yes, dear friend, in case you have already attended on Tuesday, still you need to repeat. The whole idea is that it enhances your visibility, credibility, and marketability until you get placed, because the whole motto is your placement. Friday, you must attend or complete the assignment from the learning of Monday. And then Saturday, you can choose to relax or have a breather day or do the research work or repeat whatever you have learned, because by now the recordings are shared. And prepare any question that you want the answer on the next technical session. This is how we are going to abide by. This is how we are going to remain connected. Is it clear to everyone? Say yes if you are very much clear with this entire code of honor guidelines and the schedule. Is it
Yes.
clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just on the demand, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to quickly start with the sharing of, the course structure one more time, in case someone of you have missed and could not watch into the recording. You will have the fair idea. So this is one from with which we had started earlier, that how the course structure would look like. So this is something what was the 6 weeks of plan, which has been further, optimized and evolved up to 8 weeks. So yeah, it requires to be updated. It will get updated very, very soon. But this is the bare minimum you can expect from this training. And yeah, in detail, if I'll need to say that, you can just look at it. How does it look like? That what all things comes to get covered. So that's how it is. Yesterday, we looked at what is BA and Agile. With this note, let's continue further and learn a little intro about it. So I want four different people to read these four bullet points that you see on the screen. So go ahead. You don't have to ask that, can I? Just go ahead, start reading it. So over to you guys. Unmute yourself and please read.
Agile history. In 2001, the Agile used in Agile Manifesto. Early 2017, SW devs brainstorm and recognized this.
Thank you so much, Kainet. So I believe that your throat is getting better today. Yeah, is it? Little bit
Actually,
better?
my voice has always been like this.
Oh, really? Okay. I heard yesterday that your throat is not so good. So yeah, that's the reason
Oh
I
no,
asked.
that was not me. That was somebody else.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Kainat. So yeah, great. So yeah,
That
so
was me.
before, okay,
Jolly.
Jolly was, how
Yeah,
is
my
your
throat is
throat?
good.
Better now? Yeah.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
Okay, great to know. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yes.
can.
Yeah, go ahead.
A need of agile, cumbersome SW versus lightweight SW early feedback.
Yeah. So let me first talk about it. So how Agile has been evolved. So SW is for software. SW is for what, everyone?
Software.
Yeah, and SW devs means software developers. So what exactly happened in 2001? Agile Manifesto came into the picture, and that manifesto comprised of all the values and principles and all the details what one agilist should follow. Why it came into the picture? Because in early 2000 there were around 17 software engineers, or say developers. They brainstormed and they identified the need of the agile. Okay, they recognize, okay, so this is the way we should start working. Earlier, without agile, the software whatever used to get designed or get executed or deliver, that used to become quite cumbersome, I mean very heavy weight. And the reason agile came into the picture also to encourage the lightweighted software, and those software which can experience the early feedback. The moment we are experiencing any glitch, means the designers can be notified further immediately, so that some improvement can take place, and more more early feedback, the more early redesigning part can be considered. So why it happened? Let me reveal that after reading the another two bullet point. I would like to invite other two different people to read this too.
Agile
Agile
evolution.
evolution. In 1990s, the approach were changing, methods were changing, common practice was identified, led to the need of agile software development lifecycle, pair programming, agile, Kanban, scaled agile.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So, in fact, before here you see that all things were taking place in 2000, but all evolution started from the 90s itself. Okay, because methods were changing. Initially, as you see, the common practice all started from software development life cycle. Okay, so software development life cycle, we still follow software development life cycle, but the earlier way was waterfall model. From there we scaled further. Okay, and in that we started identifying the various framework into that. Okay, so framework, few are known as pair programming. Inside agile, few frameworks are Kanban, and then methodology also continue to evolve further, and we identified further scaled agile as well. So before I take a more deep dive into it, let's finish this slide with the last bullet point. Please go ahead,
Where
Jyoti.
Agile works. When customer is ready to accept small pieces of large application to keep their customer hooked until it is ready to be used as a whole.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So yeah, as it clearly self-explained that where agile is required. So you cannot when I'll tell you that you cannot just finish the entire eating the pizza. Okay, you cannot finish the entire pizza eating already. So what do you do? Because the portion is always large, okay, not easy consumable. Likewise, that happens with the software requirement as well. It can be the huge one and cannot be executed just in a go. So how do you do? How you will keep your customers satisfied and engaged, and let the work happen in the progress? And for that, the approach is that develop some small immediate highest priority functionality which is usable, deliver that in a small portion, and then try to deliver further the remaining portion in a piece by piece manner, in a way that module wise you can say, component wise you can say, functionality wise you can say. So now, because you have understood when I say the cumbersome, so I want you to take back into the history. Uh, remember those days when you started using computer, what exactly happened? Even sometime it was so much late responding sometime. Even the mouse used to take a lot of effort to move from point 1 to point B. It is not sometime when software used to be so bulky, it used to let the computer hang. Okay, sometimes software still gets hang. You needed to restart your computer. There were two ways: soft boot or hard boot. If you remember that, do you remember those days when file transfer used to take a hell lot of time? It used to show that 1 day remaining, 2 days remaining, 24 hours, 8 hours remaining. Do you remember those days? I don't know how many of you remember that if you
Yes.
have worked in the past. Yeah. So these were the challenges. Thank you so much for telling me that you had experience. Anyone who did not experience such function of the computer, means when you were using the computer in your past, and you have not experienced such thing, that late and delayed response of your computer or computer application or so. Anyone here who has not similar experience? Okay, the silence says that everyone has experienced that. Thank you so much. So what exactly happened? We are talking about various other um, mm, you know various other methodology. So what used to happen when it comes to methodology? um, Let me go back and share you with the new portion when I say that why the necessity came. Okay. Sonia, not everyone require, but sometime you might require because it is creating echo. So that's the reason I requested. Nothing like that. That every it is mandate, but just to
Just to
avoid the
avoid
echo.
the echo.
Hey, Gaurav, can you confirm? Can you still hear the echo?
Um,
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
hearing when
hearing
I'm
when I'm
speaking.
speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, I
yeah.
called my daughter. She said there must be no reason for
Ah,
the
yeah.
Ah,
echo.
That's
yeah,
a
that's a
So
yeah,
I'll
but
stay quiet, okay? I'll stay quiet.
okay.
okay.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Sonia. So yeah, let's go ahead and so what used to happen in waterfall model? Okay, let me reshare my screen. I was just telling. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share the whiteboard. Okay. So you remember what exactly used to happen is that software engineers and customer or say that not software engineers initially, as a customer used to approach either the vendor, or vendor used to get in touch with the customer, and they used to get in a deal, and what exactly you needed. Okay, they need to identify, and they used to collect the requirement, used to collect what, everyone? What they used to,
Requirement.
and that is
Requirement.
used to call as requirement gathering,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this used to be called as requirement gathering. Okay. Post that, whatever the requirement has been gathered, it requires to be documented, right?
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, it's quite easy to to forget these all things what has been discussed. So it used to called as documentation. Okay. So it's documentation. Excuse me for the handwriting. I'm not going to. Okay, correct it back. So, requirement gathering documentation. Now the documentation has been done. What they used to do, they used to now give it for designing. Okay, and who used to design it? Tell me.
Software
Rock.
developers.
Yes, you are right. Software developer used to design it. So requirement gathering has been done, documentation has been done. Let's give it for the designing. Okay, so then the designing part used to come. Now the designing is done. Then so with this design, UI UX used to get developed. Okay, the look and feel used to get developed. Now is the time for integrate the functionality of that, and for that reason they used to simply go ahead and ask the coders to code it, and to that phase we used to call this what it is, everyone?
Yeah.
What phase? What phase it
Coding.
is? Coding. That's right.
Coding.
Thank you so much for confirming. Yeah. So it used to be called as coding. And now the coding is done, then what is needed? So we need to check whether it is working as designed and expected or not. And this validation used to call as testing.
Testing. Yeah.
Yes, you are right. So it used to call as testing. So they used to check whether it is working properly or not. Okay. So now testing is passed, then they used to deploy it. Okay. And this phase used to call as deployment. What it is used to call as, everyone?
Deployment.
Yeah. So yeah, testing and then deployment. Then deployment is successful. Now everything is functioning. Sometime we need some quick look back, or some further support they needed, because everyone is not well trained to use that software. Then used to come this phase, to which we used to call at support. And after support, sometime after some time, contract is over and all, but still we need to give some maintenance, because hardware is changing, software is the old. We still used to fight for the compatibility and speed. Then comes to this phase, to which we call as this. What is this phase, everyone?
Maintenance.
Maintenance. So what used to happen, a customer gave this requirement, say for example, in year, if you call it, the year is say 1990. Okay. So year is, okay, why it is going like this? Okay, I'm using some different pen. So year was 1990. Okay, it is the start of the year. And what used to happen, requirement is old, documentation is taking time, designing is happening, and by the time it used to reach to this phase deployment, it used to become 1992. Now tell me, when the requirement was in 1990 given, will the same requirement will be available exact as is in 1992?
No.
No.
No, there are chances that the entire requirement may get changed. There are chances things might have updated. You see how today how the world is changing so rapidly and so fast. Yesterday was the need of the vehicle on gas, on CNG. Today we need electric vehicle. Tomorrow there will be and it is evolving, a driverless vehicle. So it is not just in automobile sector, everywhere it is. Okay, the AI has disrupted the market. You don't need to get trained everywhere in this manner, but again there is no better substitute than human. Okay, you can definitely struggle with designing new prompts and ask to the AI for the solution, but no one can understand the sentiment. Your AI can't understand the confusion. AI cannot understand exactly from where you are coming. They can definitely understand what exactly you are answering, and the plain answer can be given. But with the based on the sentiment, based on the prior emotion, the answer cannot be given by the AI. Okay, so why I'm sharing this? Because world is changing super duper fast. And then when they realize, oh my God, this is taking hell lot of time, this is simply not the waste of time, but also waste of the effort and energy. Now let's not stick with this old way, where responses are late, where competition is far ahead. So this model used to call as waterfall model. What it was used to call as, everyone?
Waterfall model.
Yeah, waterfall model. And this, the entire flow is used to call as software development life cycle. What it is used to call as, everyone? This?
Software
Development life
development
cycle.
life
Yeah.
cycle.
Lifestyle.
So waterfall model became outdated, and then they decide, let's move towards the agile. They're small piece of the requirement, just make it workable and deliver, and so that anyone can use it. Okay, and then agile came into the picture. So let me quickly pull the another slide for you so that I can show you what exactly happened with that. Okay, so you understand the agility, uh, when it came to agility. Now, let me quickly ask you this question: how many of you have already experienced the way of agile, or working in the agile in the past? You have already worked in corporate. Anyone here who have such experiences? Because I want to break some myths over here, but for that I want to hear some yeses, if you have some experience in working in agile methodology. Anyone here? Yes? No? Yeah? No? Come
No.
on. Okay. So I have heard somewhere that one of you or few of you have already worked in Agile. Well, even though you have not worked, I believe that it is my moral responsibility to share this with you, because that has been my experience. Okay. So what is that experience? The experience is that the moment you work in one company in Agile methodology, which is using Agile, and you see, okay, the approach is this in agile. I have seen that people come together, they gather the requirement, then they deliver the few pieces of requirement, and then they move to the another phase, they rework in the similar fashion. There are certain ceremonies that get celebrated, but here one or two things are happening. I find it something extra, and something is not happening because you are coming from XYZ company, getting enter into ABC company. You see the culture is bit different. And if culture is bit different, and certain practices which is being followed, which was not really mandatory in your previous company, does not mean that how you experience in the previous company in the similar manner in the new organization, the same practices will happen. This is complete agile. Agile means it has to be um, rapid, it has to be incremented, it has to be frequent, it has to be sequenced. Okay, that is the meaning of agile. And also it has to be quite adaptable. Okay, and the moment you see that in some of the organization, not only just agile is being practiced, you see that some another combination has been introduced. The whole idea behind agile is what? That you need to be adaptable enough so that you can respond to the situation in a way that quick delivery should happen. And in case something is hindering to the basic philosophy, that requires to be broken, interrupted, so that the speed and adaptation will emerge back. And for that reason, if you see some organization is adapting hybrid approach, you can't go ahead and say to some that organization, this is something BS, this has not been the part of agile, because I have experienced this fashion, and what you guys are using in this organization is something a different fashion. It does not get aligned. It's complete organizational decision how they want to interpret the agile approach, and that's when the various framework emerged. Okay, so what are those various framework? We will be talking about it, but before that, I also want you to give certain examples so that how agile works goes very well deep in your mind. Okay, so before I share that example, let me quickly check with you all. Any questions so far? Any question, guys? No? Yes?
No.
No.
Okay. So if no question, let me share the another slide with you, and I want one person to read all three elements of agility on left hand side. Could you please read it out?
Agility.
Agility. Time boxed, fast moving, quick reaction.
Yeah, and one person in flexibility, please.
flexibility, no time bound, steady move, delayed reaction.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. And what happens when I give this example? People wonder, okay, so what you are telling, Gaurav, is it something, are you indicating towards going more flexible? No, the question is not that. The answer is not that. I'm not asking you to go more flexible. In fact, I'm asking you to remain agile. Then what is the difference between this agility and what you are calling to as agility and flexibility? Because what you said, it sounded more like agility and flexibility itself. So you have just now see, when it comes for the agile, when it comes for agile, it is always about fast moving. Okay, it has to do with the fast movement. It has to be more reactive. It has to be more time box. In time box means that there is certain time limit in which you have to come back, you have to turn around, you have to respond to those changes, you have to show some changes, some movement, some graduation, that modules or component or functionality is workable and can be adapted. So, however, when you see the agility and flexibility more and in detail, the goal remains the same because they adapt to the change. But for a flexible item, there is no time limit. You take your own time and take your own time to move, and take your time to react as well on the changes whatever is required. So when it comes to difference between agility and what you call agility and flexibility, this is how you can remember. But now you know that it has to be time box. Then what does it mean? It means that can you wait for the responses to take from the market? The answer is no, not at all. Then what you should take the approach? You should take the approach uh, by understanding the manifesto, which we referred earlier. We need to understand the practices. We need to understand the tools that it all takes. So, is it okay? Go ahead and understand what are those tools. Is it okay? Go ahead and understand what are those changes. So let's discuss about more in detail when it with the manifesto and all, so that we will get to know more about it in the details. So for that, I'm going to share this screen. But before that, I want to give you one example. Um, how will you talk about framework? Can someone try to give me the example of the framework? What do you understand? How you can differentiate between the various framework, guys? What are the frameworks? Any loud thinking, and it's okay, you don't have to be right. So I want you to give me incorrect answer, please. So can someone try to give any incorrect answer to me, please? Because I want to hear incorrect answers. No one want to try? Okay. Now imagine, so in a nutshell, if I'll say a framework is nothing but way out. If agile is the methodology, then framework is nothing but the way out. So what do you mean by way out, guys? What do you understand by the way out? Can someone give me the example of way out?
Workflow.
Workflow, that's okay.
Structure to do something.
Structure to do something. That's right answer. Okay. So can you try to give me one example so that, yeah, this is theory good, I can understand, but I cannot visualize. So something more vivid, if you can give me the example. But the answer is right. I don't say that it is not right, but more such vivid example can someone try to give? And the question is not to one person, to everyone. Come on, guys. Okay. So not a problem. It means that you want to take answer from me. Is that right? Should I go ahead and give you the answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Only two persons, Sonia and Priyanka?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now total six people want to know. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a breakout room. I will invite all these six people and I'll share them with all of them. Is that all right? To only these six people.
No.
No.
No, please.
All of you want to know? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
so
Yes.
thank you. Then I will share with you all. Thank you for asking. So I'll be sharing this. What is the way out? What is the approach? What is the framework? Imagine. Okay, okay. Thank you, Patralika, for clarifying that. I understand. So now, so imagine you are at a ground floor in a building. Okay, and you decide to go to the 100th floor. Which floor, everyone?
100 floor.
Yeah, 100th floor in that building. And you see, okay, you can take escalator. That's number one way that, and you can reach to the 100th floor. Then you identify there is elevator as well. That is lift. Using that, you can go. That's the another approach. The third approach, what you see that you can go by steps up to the second floor. From there, there are the various short caps, or say some you know um some other different type of mini vehicles are there that takes you to the recliner, through the recliners, on the various other steps of the floor, and from there you get transited into the small fast moving um, tiny fast moving capsule boxes. Those are again the human made vehicles. Okay, the purpose is getting solved for you to reach to the 100th floor. But was there a single way, single method to reach to the 100th floor, or there
No.
were multiple?
Multiple.
So when they were multiple, then you also identified there was some hybrid method. In hybrid method, what happens? You go till 50th floor using elevator, and after that you are getting into those capsule moving vehicle, and that is taking you till 75th floor, and from there you take the another approach of the escalator. It's your choice, it's your move. So this is how agile function. It has not to be just one way. Okay, so if agile is the methodology, what the example of reaching to the 100th floor that I gave you, that is the way out, that's the approach, that is called as a framework. That's what the structure you have decided for your goal to achieve. Is it clear, the framework part? Yes.
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 Okay, that's great. So this is how we will take the choices in the software delivery. How? Let's demystify by knowing some manifesto what agile follows. And for that, one more time, I'm going to share my screen in front of you. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me pull the details. So what exactly we need to know? We have just now talked about agility and flexibility. So I want to go more in detail of it to understand. So I want three different people to read these three different bullet points for me, please. Go ahead.
Agility and flexibility are common interchange, but they're not the same.
When referring to flexibility, we generally mean scheduling or planning for an unforeseen development. These types of developments are usually unexpected surprises, but businesses can plan for them and make room in their regular business procedures for adaptations as necessary.
Mhm.
When
When
referring to
referring to
agility,
agility, it usually means being able to respond to unplanned for or unscheduled and external circumstances in more effective way by delivering best possible desired output.
That's true. Thank you so much for reading this out. Yeah, so whole idea is that by now you know the basic difference. Okay. So and sometimes it is not even differentiated because it is used interchangeably in the software industry. But whenever it comes to flexibility, you know that it is not always going as per the schedule. Okay, but when it comes to software development, it is always changing and evolving, and you need to take the right decision at the right time, and you need to adapt as per the process. Sometimes processes needs to be evolved and changed. So what will you do that is that time? You will go back and decide that what is the need of the hour. Should you go ahead and rework on your schedule or not? So if you think that even schedule is controlled, time can be controlled, then you are referring to the agility instead of the flexibility. When I said so, it doesn't just get stopped here. It means something more. So for that, I want more five different people. If you have not yet read, kindly take this opportunity and read these 5 bullet point one by one. Go ahead.
When a business is agile, it can respond to a wide variety of unexpected external surprises.
Mm-hmm. Next.
However, a flexible business may only be able to respond to already hypothesized situations.
All right. The another one.
Being
Being
flexible
flexible
leads to success when a predicted event occurs, while being agile will assist businesses who face unpredictable circumstances.
True. And
agility or being relates more to strategic agility, thus impacting customer or compete.
competitive. Yeah. The last one, please. Person.
Whereas flexibilities relates to tactical flexibility in that their strategic objectives are clear, but methods and options to achieve them are open.
All right. Thank you so much for reading this out. So, yeah, the whole idea in a nutshell, if I want to summarize whatever you have reached till here, it's not about just finishing it off. It's all about strategic, it's all about training, not just the resources, but also all the, modules, make it them self adaptable, that what if they are deployed into the different system, are they able to respond to those changes as well? Is it just responding to one type of environment, or they are flexible in the all type of environment? So is it compatible with the one system, one environment, and one user, or it is compatible with everyone? So these are some hidden messages when it comes to agility, and also the speed. So the core idea is the speed, the core idea of the strategic move, and you have strategized so well for software to respond to the changes, that gets easily adaptable. It's nothing to do with the taking your own time and then respond, because by the time when software gets respond by taking its own time, the user may go and move to some different application. So always remember, when it comes to agility, are you or your software is responding as per the change and as per the external hardwares as well? So that you need to consider. And then if you have considered that, then start adapting this approach by knowing the manifesto, what exactly manifesto asks you to do. So for that very reason, let me quickly check if Prerna would like to take for the slide. uh, Prerna, are you there? Can you take
Yeah,
this
Gaurav, I'm
manifesto?
there, but I'll take some time. Shan is with
Okay,
me, so give
not
me
a
a couple
problem.
of minutes. I'll
Sure.
connect. Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, I want four different people to read this 4 bullet point. Now we are entering into knowing Agile Manifesto.
Individuals and interactions over processes and tools.
The next
The next
person.
person.
Working software
Software with comprehensive documentation.
And the third person.
Customer collaboration over contract negotiation.
All right. And the next one.
Responding to change
respond.
over following a plan.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's discuss about it. Okay. What exactly does it mean? It means that You can, it's okay. Some people joined up over here. You are, so can you tell me, can we have this meeting or training done instead of Zoom over Google Meet? Could we do that?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we can do that. So do you think that tool is really mandatory and we need to be very much affirm that, okay, if this tool will be there, then only we can have the class? Not necessary,
No.
right?
No.
No?
Yes.
So we
No.
are not tool dependent. Someone says that, okay, because we have identified the schedule or the process that in the code of honor we abide by with the certain ground rules, that's okay. But when it comes to the calendar or the schedule, we talk about Monday and Tuesday. When we come together and maximum number of people says that Sunday, Monday, okay, Sunday is not suiting me, it's not for one person. All the class says, I think Thursday is good. Okay. Do you think that even if I am not available, we have multiple trainers? Okay. So can someone take over and go ahead? The purpose is that to delivering the training. The purpose is that the on decided day it has to be executed. Okay. So can we rework on the processes instead of going on Sunday, Monday? We can choose for Monday, Thursday, because that is the demand of the hour, because that is the demand of the receivers, for whom it is happening. Is it happening for me or is it happening for you? The training is being delivered for whom? For you, right?
Yeah, for
Yes.
the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you are demanding in a group, calling it as Thursday, definitely means the process designer has to take a call on it. Okay. So the training, is it process dependent now and tool dependent? Yes or no?
No. No.
No. So always remember, when you have to complete any task, never ever get dependent upon tool or the processes. It's all about you. And who are you? Are you a group?
Yes.
No.
No.
You are not just a group, you are an individual as well. So, yeah, I'm responding to a group, but I'm not connecting with all of you individuals. Am I connecting
Yes.
with all of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm talking to each one of you, even though I'm addressing to a group, but still I'm connecting with all of you individually. And to connect with that, what I'm doing with you?
Interacting.
Interaction.
Interacting. So this is just a quick demo. It has nothing to do just with the training. It has to do with agility. So the way we are delivering even the training, we are following certain agile principles. Okay. So always remember, when you are taking up a charge of delivering a software in agile mode, the manifesto still says that individual and interaction with them are more important than your processes and tools, my dear friend. So always you need to remember, am I applying this or not? Sometimes people get simply get forget it. Okay, they don't understand that processes will happen. They say that until unless I want to receive email, I won't go ahead. No, these became BS now. Okay, if people are there in front of you, they are talking to you, then why they need to go back and send another email through technology, and when email will be received, then you will start the work? No, come collaborate and start working together. Okay, and for that, what you needed to do? You needed to interact. You needed to do what, everyone?
Interact.
Interact.
Interact. Yes, that's right. So always interact. Recently, I was addressing one aspiring people, one group of aspiring people. I need to craft a universal law why you need to interact. And that's when I come here and I want you to encourage one more time you to interact as well. Although you are interacting, those people were not interacting. Then I needed to realize them what interaction may bring. Do you want to know what interaction may bring? Can I share that? Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So because you said yes, I'm sharing with you. So in your interaction is directly proportional to your income. Okay. More you interact, you will see the outcome is towards the income. Okay. If you don't believe in, with the aligned, intention, start interacting. Depend upon, it depends upon what do you interact about, that fetches the income. Okay. If you don't believe it, do it with the alignment, and you will see that income will accordingly, grows up. Okay, this has been the tested formula, okay, for with many of people. So having said so, this one, what Agile Manifesto first says, in the number one bullet of this Agile Manifesto is this: individual and interaction over processes and tools. Then second one says that working software over comprehensive documentation is okay, my dear friend. But at the end, what if the software does not work? Do you think the documentation will be okay? You have given the long list of manuals. Giving back to another example, imagine you have gone to one showroom, and from there, showroom as in one electronic shop, and from there you, or through Amazon, you ask for microwave, say for example, any appliance. It could be washing machine, it could be refrigerator. You have got not only the product, but you also got the manual how to operate. You know how and whereabouts, what all buttons, how does it function. What if at the end it doesn't function? Those user manual will be enough? Will they be enough, guys?
No.
No, the answer is no. No. So documentation is not enough. Even though you may say, okay, I have given you everything, please refer to that. At the end, my software is not working, my dear friend. What is the use? So make sure when you are giving the documentation is okay, but at the end, the software has to work. So these are the bare minimum requirement in the manifesto. Then comes the contract negotiation over the customer collaboration. Sorry, yeah, customer collaboration is always top notch over the contract negotiation. You may say that, okay, we have spoken that this project will go for 9 months, but I now foresee that it can be just done within 4 months. Do you still buy the time? Because, being loyal and honest and transparent with your customer can bring more business. Okay. And if you think because the contract says, this is just an example, not necessarily this is the only situation you are going to abide by. This is the only situation you would be getting into, right? So the whole idea is that it's all about the collaboration. Understand each other. Okay, I gave you the example where you collaborated with your peer, where he didn't or she didn't need to go back and send you another email. Just she asked. So I happen to work with some of the people. What they say, I see that in the document, this, say for example, this S is missing. Okay, send me another document with the new version where you have eliminated the S. Is it the agile way? Is it the agile way? Send another email where S has been removed. No, this does not simply, either it, first, it is not the agile way, and the second, this does not encourage the faith. The customer may feel like cheated. Things which can be resolved then and there, you didn't even resolve, and you are creating overheads. Would I or anyone want to work with such people again? No. It will just create the friction with the people. And once the friction will be analyzed, they will identify that interrupts many cash flow too. And there is a bigger repercussion of it. Okay. And that will only happen when such friction analysis will take place. If not, it will continue to happen, and gradually it will continue to harm to the processes, and thereby what process requires to build, that is the outcome, that will not be aligned with the expectation. Okay, so always remember to collaborate and then respond to those change. Then respond to those need. So now, because I was talking about respond to change, here the fourth one says that over the plan, you need to respond to the change. I mean, you not necessary whatever has been planned has to be planned. Sometime some tweaks has happened. Say, for example, you decided that you are going to create some software where no taxes are involved, and all of a sudden, after 6 months, US government comes with the new taxes. Okay. Now the software requires to be remodified based on the taxes. Okay. You would so no, I'm not going to plan because I can't respond to those new changes. For that, you need to give the new documentation and all and follow all the processes, and there will be a complete new software and there will be new billing system and all. So I cannot go ahead. First, I will deliver you what has been agreed upon, then only I can rework. Do you think the purpose is getting solved? Will the
No.
purpose be
No.
solved? No, the answer is not. And by the way, the question is to all of you. Do you think you all are aligned with me and you are getting my point, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
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 Thank you for all the yeses. Appreciate that. Yeah. So it's not about always following just a plan. We need to respond to the changes so that the purpose has to be resolved. The purpose has to be fulfilled. Okay. So that's what Agile Manifesto says. So with this note, I also took next step and told you that this has been the waterfall model. Okay, then what exactly the principle says? So let's look at it. Okay, the principle we are going to quickly look at it is this. Okay, so I want 4 different people to read this for bullet point. Please go ahead and start reading, guys, one by one.
Agile
Customer
principles, customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery. Customers are happier when they receive working software at regular intervals rather than waiting extended periods of time between releases.
Yeah. So this is very important. It's customer satisfaction. Okay. Through early and continuous software delivery. Imagine what kind of approach you will choose. Okay. That's my question. But what you need to imagine is this. You have vehicle, right? Four-wheeler or so. New brand four-wheeler. You have gone for third year of, servicing. Okay. The long four-wheeler and very shiny one, the branded one, and the expensive one. Okay, you have dropped it in a garage. That's number one. You are a bit concerned because it's being more expensive. Okay, now this this garage person says that, okay, whatever your name, just take your name and be the garage person and tell yourself with your name, Mr. or Miss or Mrs. XYZ, I will give you your vehicle the moment it is done. Okay, you can go back and relax. Okay, so that's number one. So you go back and it's 1 hour, 2 hour. You were estimating that by afternoon it will get over, but it's now, 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., no responses. Okay. But your estimation was that up to 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. it might have done. And still you have not received any connection, call, or any response from the garage. What will happen? What will happen, everyone? Tell me. What you will start experiencing?
You'll
12
be
p.m.
anxious.
State of worry and
You'll get anxious. You will start losing trust in the company.
Yeah, yeah. These all things will happen. You will start losing trust. You will be anxious. Now, next step. Out of anxious curiosity, what do? You start dialing to the number. Okay, the number which have been given onto the receipt, say for example, and that number is not connecting. What will happen now?
You will think they
You
are
lose
fraud.
patience.
You'll
Yeah,
be mad.
you will be mad for sure. Now, the another scenario. that number is not connecting, that was okay, but now you start listening to the response when you were dialing to the number is not correct. The number is itself is incorrect. What will happen now?
Will be suspicious.
You will become suspicious for sure. That's first way. Second way, the moment you drop your car to the garage at 8 a.m. in the morning, and you were through a cab, you were on the way, and immediately you get a call from customer care within half an hour, say, Mr. XYZ, we have received your car for this servicing, the complete complete servicing, and the estimated cost would be this, the estimated time of delivery will be this, and we will keep you posted on the progress. Okay, and what you have given us the car, in which condition, this is what is the photograph of that we have sent you already in the WhatsApp with all the details, and also we have sent you what you are going to expect towards the end of the servicing. This was your first call. Okay, you say, okay, by the time you reach to the office after 1 hour, you get to know, okay, we have done this part of your car's body. This has been well served, this is functioning so well. We have again re-identified gears, we had changed the gear, air filter or water filter or whatever the requirement was, that it is functioning fine. Your indicator which was not working, now it has been working. We have just sent you another clip with in the working condition. This is a small video you would like to see. Now the continued information and intimation until your car gets delivered at your doorstep, with the final message that you don't have to reach back to us. Here we are with your brand serviced car, and here is your key. Okay, how would you feel?
You will
You'll
feel
be really
relieved.
happy and
They really
satisfied
know,
with the
yeah,
entire
you will feel they
process.
know what they're doing. They're on top of the game. They are very organized, and you will further recommend them. So
Great. It's not just a satisfaction. Will you be just satisfied? Don't be just miser. Will you be satisfied? Why I'm calling you miser? Because you just said satisfied. Will you just be satisfied? Just tell me. Did they do satisfactory work only? When you received it is just more than expectation. Was it just satisfactory then?
no, they were on top of their game. They did everything so well that you would actually recommend them to
Yeah,
people around you.
you will recommend, but the question was to those person who said that you will be satisfied. No, you are right when you said they will be top of the game. You will recommend, they are gaining more business, you will become their repeat client. So what exactly did they do? What is the word? Did they simply satisfy you?
They are keeping you in the loop
Will be
of the
more
process,
than happy.
thereby making you a
The
part of the.
updates. Yeah.
Yeah, they are making you more than happy. They are simply winning you. Okay, so it is not all about just delivering the software. So are you working in this manner? Are you making your customer happier, not just happy, when they receive working software at regular interval rather than waiting extended period? You know what is the meaning behind the wait. You just now experienced through the example. Okay, but between the releases, I gave you the with example of example of how your vehicle is getting serviced, and after various interval you are getting the demoed videos, small videos. Till now it has been done this. What will happen when you will start giving the release, and before release, what if will give you a demo? Hey, your software will be functioning like this, and we will be delivering you tomorrow. Why don't you come and just experience it a day prior to that or a week prior to that? How your customer will feel like. This is what exactly the very first principle on which the agile works. With me so far?
Hey, hi
Yes?
Gaurav. Sorry to interrupt. You were in a flow very passionately, so I didn't interrupt earlier. I'm
Not a
I'm
problem.
good to go. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely you can take from the second one. I'm done with the first bullet. Yeah. Over to
Sure.
you.
Thank you so much. With a really very interesting and superbly engaging in example. So guys, this is the key, right? This is the key of the entire program. Agile manifesto and agile principle. So once you understand them well, there is no looking back. Okay. If you can get what we are trying to say by learning what are the principles, what does the manifesto say, I mean, someone just said that they were on top of the top of their game. So you will also be on top of your game if you know all these details properly and you understand them. It's not about remembering or mugging up. It's about understanding, because tomorrow when you will go in a very big organization as per your role, and you know everything about agile, you will be at a better place to implement them and show your contribution. So sorry. Moving on to the next point. So can someone read out the next point, please? Yeah.
Accommodate changing requirements throughout the development process. The ability to avoid delays when a requirement or feature request changes.
Okay. So yeah, can you explain? I mean, the person who read it and along with that, anybody else also, can you explain what do you understand when we say this? Accommodate changing requirements.
Anything the customer wants personalized, or if along the way they want to change some things, so the company can accommodate that and go with the customer's flow.
Okay. Very well. Let me give you a very light-hearted, simple, yet very practical and realistic example. Okay. Imagine on coming weekend, you have a birthday party at your home. It can be your kids, your niece, nephews, anybody, preferably your children, because the example would, suit to that more. Okay. So earlier, maybe your niece said that, okay, she wants a chocolate cake without any theme on it. Okay. So you called up a bakery and you said, okay, 5 kg chocolate cake, maybe ganache and stuff like that, and in a no particular theme. But then she comes from school and maybe she watches the Frozen movie and now she wants an Elsa theme. Okay. So though the birthday is quite apart, sorry, quite a few days later, I would say. But then you again call up the bakery and you tell them that, okay, I have an updated requirement. I now want a Ferrero Rocher chocolate cake with Elsa theme on it, maybe the toppings and the color theme. And if the bakery says no, we cannot accommodate that, will you like that?
No.
No. Okay. On the other hand, scenario 2, the bakery says, okay, absolutely fine. Rather, we specialize into theme cakes. Let me know what you want, and they give you some suggestions, and then you have a good and healthy discussion. Like, okay, we can give the toppings. Do you want the snowflakes also to be a part of the cake? What kind of frosting you want, and blah blah blah, all that thing. So, and then you really keep the phone feeling happy, and really enjoy the conversation, because you know that the cake is going to be awesome and your niece is going to love it. So tell me, which bakery would you prefer, the first one or the second one?
Second.
Yeah, for the simplest reason, because they were accommodating your changing requirements after discussion. Okay, that's why I use the word after discussion, right?
Yes.
So same way, imagine if you're in an organization and client comes and, see earlier, trust me, it was a scenario when we were following waterfall method. I don't know what to say. The poor customer had no say if they have said something and team has started working on that. And there was no coming back from that, because everything was so rigid and so hardwired kind of thing. But now, see, still there are some boundaries. I will highlight this. It's not that they can tell you to draw the sun and then they come and tell you to draw the moon. No, it's not going to be something like that, but there can be realistic updates, changes in requirement, which needs to be part of your scope. Always remember. So you won't be doing something out of the box, which was not discussed and not even paid for, not even agreed upon. But yes, that is something within the scope which will not hurt your timelines much, which will not hurt your budget, which will not require something additional from your part. In case if that's the case, you feel that okay, it might exceed your budget or it might result in extended timelines, you will have to tell them that you need to check this with your senior, and you actually have a detailed discussion with that any within your team, with your, if you are a BA, then with your scrum master and product owner. If you are a scrum master, then mostly with your development team and with your product owner. So see, the bottom line of sharing all these things is, or giving this example is, we are in a service industry to cater customer, right? As well as we are working in an organization which wants to make profit. So it has to be a win-win situation. Everybody with me on this? Yeah?
Yes, yes,
Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone
yes.
said no. I heard someone said no. Yeah, no. Okay. Any doubts? Let me know. So yes, the crux of this point is we. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's just your echo.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So the crux of this point is we have to accommodate customers' changing demand, but then conditions apply. It should be within budget, within timelines, within given scope. And in case if it is not, then it needs to be discussed upon, and then if required, you have to give the updated, I would say, updated agreement or updated scope or updated budget details. And if they agree to that, then it's a win-win. See, if the customer is ready to pay extra money required for the work, or they are okay with the additional timeline that we will take to complete the task, then nobody is complaining. Everybody is happy. So, but always remember this, and these are points are very practical, very realistic. This happen in real world often, so remember this. So any doubts in this? Good to go to next point. Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody
Yes.
who feels okay, super. Yeah. Any other person who would like to read the third point, please?
Frequent delivery of working software. Scrum accommodate
Mm-hmm.
this principle since the team operate in software sprints iteration that ensures regular delivery of a working software.
Okay. I'll just request everyone to go on mute when they stop speaking, because there might be an echo in between. I hear some words. Yeah. So some of you are still on mute. Please go on mute. Okay, so this is very much related to what Gaurav was explaining. Frequent delivery of working software. Do you remember Gaurav was just saying that okay, the garage keeps sending you the videos, giving you the update, and you feel happy or you feel positive that okay, they are working on it. So the same way, let us take a different example related to IT. Imagine if you have to develop a website, okay? And I tend to give Amazon.com website example because I hope everybody knows Amazon.com or Facebook, okay? So is there anyone who do not use or who do not know Amazon by any chance? By any super chance? Yeah, everybody knows Amazon. Give me an S. Give me a yes, please. Unmute and
Yes.
Yes.
okay. Yes. Now please mute yourself, because when you unmute, the echo comes. Thank you. So see, Amazon as a website, as a as an organization offers so many products. Okay, so tomorrow, assume you want to create some website similar to Amazon, and the customer, and it's like a huge project. But the customer says, okay, we want to start with maybe the kids section. Okay, you want to start with kids section, so kids apparels, kids clothing, kids toys, whatnot, kids books. So this has to be delivered first. So imagine in your first sprint of 15 days, this is a hypothetical example, okay? So I'm just trying to give you the meaning or feeling of this rule. So this principle, sorry. So the agreement is in this sprint, you will complete the kids section, and then you deliver that and you present that, okay? same way, going forward in every sprint, you'll have other sections. So now you're done with kids. Now let's go to maybe teenage section, or maybe to women's section. Then go to men's section. Then go to the culinary department. Then go to the electronics department. No, then go to the adults clothing, or then go to maybe other household equipments. So you see, same way you're going step by step, and you're delivering those working software. So the customer can go and check, oh, you have worked on this. This looks fine. Okay, this needs a revision. This needs something like that. So how would the customer feel if they can see the working software? As a customer, how would you feel if you get to see the working software often?
Great.
More confident.
Great.
Yeah, confident, happy. Yeah, you can see the progress, realistic. You will be like, okay, we will be achieving our deadline because they're on time. They're as per schedule, right? So same way we follow this in Agile. So this is what it is, and I actually given you the website example. That's the practical one. Okay. Next point, please. Can someone read it out?
Collaboration
Collaboration
between the
between the
business
business.
stakeholders and developers throughout the project. Better decisions are made when the business and technical team are aligned.
Perfect. Now, when we say technical and development team, everybody understands, or is there anyone who do not know what is a development team or what is a technical team? Yeah, feel free, no worries. Everybody
Can
knows,
you
right?
business team?
Can you explain?
Yeah. Okay. Who just spoke? Was it Jolly?
No, this is Sonia. I
No.
say, what is the business team?
Okay, so there was an echo. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
also.
good.
Yeah.
So see, in an organization, there are different departments. So everybody knows development team or technical team, right? The team that does the coding, the programming, they are the development team. Okay, so that is your technical team as well, because they are doing the technical work. So we call them tech team. So they'll do the coding, they'll do the releases, they'll do the delivery. Whereas you also have your business team. Now, business team is a kind of like a blanket statement. There can be multiple business team, but then for our reference, it's the management team or maybe senior management team who are involved or who are interested in your project. Like, when we say senior leadership in an organization, they address you, or maybe CEOs, CTOs give you the vision, or they share their vision towards 2024. See, all the big companies have their newsletters or some statements in the newspaper. Have you read? Like maybe Accenture CEO, JPMC CEO, maybe Tata CEO, or anybody on the top management. Okay, so not exactly that person, but there is a middle level where people are looking at your projects closely. They want to know how well you're doing, how well is your completion rate, how successful, how happy the customer is. So that kind of middle management is called as a business team. It can be any other team also, but for our understanding, just remember business team is a set of people or is a team which is directly interested in your output of your project. They are there to ensure that you are making profits from your project. The customer is happy. So it's like a supervisory body within your organization. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yes? No? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the point is why they and technical team has to be in sync. So many a times what happens, tech team is kind of at times, driven or too passionate about their work, and they might develop or work on something that was not even asked for. And trust me, this happens. As a ex developer or as an earlier developer, I can quote that even for any other developer. When you are working on something and you're developing something and you just feel like, oh, customer has not asked for this feature, but this is important, and you might develop that. So first of all, that's a big no, because though as a developer you feel that customer should have that feature, plain answer is customer has not asked for that feature. So okay, you may present or you may discuss that okay, would you like to have this functionality? but then it is not advisable because the additional time, money, cost that will incur, that was not planned for. So the management is very keen on knowing that, okay, are you doing something like that? No. Second, management is very keen on the timelines that you're following, that are you up to your schedule? Are you in delay? So, see, I've worked as a PMO for some decent time, so I know how much audit and senior management team looks and observes the work of all the major projects in your organization. So it's a very critical and important part, as well as developers also do not want much intervention, or they rather want support from management team, or organizational senior team. In what aspect? So see, imagine if you want to have some Android set, sorry, some an iPhone or Apple setup for some of your testing work or some of your development. Okay, so you might require some additional software and hardware, or you might require some. Why I'm saying Apple? Because you guys know, I can even give example of some server is required, or some cloud space is required for storage and stuff like that. All these things cost money. Okay, nothing is free, so they will all either cost money for rentals, or they'll cost money for subscriptions. So basically, development team, for to continue their work, they'll require funds from the management team. So that is why development team, tech team, and management team has to be, or business team, or business stakeholder. Okay, we are saying team. Let us focus on the word stakeholder. So stakeholder is a simple word, and that simply means any person or organization or entity that has a stake, that means an interest in your project. Okay, so anybody from your business team that is interested in your project, they and the development team has to go hand in hand. Yeah, makes sense? Any doubts?
No.
Anybody, any
No.
doubts? Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Gaurav, we are good to go to the next slide, but I'm also looking at the time, so let me know what we can do. Yeah. Gaurav?
Yeah, definitely, Prerna. I heard you. Yeah, definitely. We have reached to the time. Yeah.
Yes,
So
and
I
we really do
think,
not want information
I
overload, because this is very
yeah.
important and we really want them to digest and understand well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the reason I think this is okay to take a pause right now. And with this
Okay.
pause, I really want to ask everyone, guys, do you have a question so far? Any question?
No.
Yes, no? Okay, so clarity is there. So what kind of clarity you have? So what I want you to do now is this, okay? I want you all to come forward. Where do you know where I want you to come forward? I want you to come forward over here. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll tell you where you have to come. Okay. Um, yeah. So you have to come forward over here that you see on my screen. And there, I want you to type two things. Okay. One, top one learning. Okay. Top one learning followed by this top one learning and what did you feel about it. Okay, so both the things, what it will lead to. Okay, it will lead to two things. One, will get to understand you, that whether you are able to connect, relate, and understand or not. That's number one. Number two, we will record it as your attendance as well. So go ahead, everyone, please typing into the this WhatsApp group, and I'm going to personally review that, and then I need to record your attendance as well. So this is what exactly we wanted to say. If no question, then we are good to wrap up. Thank you so much for showing up, and I'm looking forward
Thank you,
from each one of
guys.
you the summary. Okay, so please do that, complete that. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Bye.